Nowadays, all manufacturers are making extremely high-quality snowmobiles. Some are more aggressive looking, some are more tame, but Arctic Cat, they're in a totally different category all to their own. Built off the Procross chassis, the 2013 XF800 Snow Pro Limited is a drag-you-out and beat-you-down beast that has a serious problem playing well with others. Ultimately, this sled has the goods to deliver what Arctic Cat is all about: domination. So put your big boy undies on and stretch your fingers, because the XF800 can be a little unruly. Right out of the gate, I'm going to be real honest. The Nikasil-plated 794cc heart of this beast is not winning Clean Energy Awards at startup, and is definitely the smokiest of the 800 bunch. But where there's smoke, there's fire. Hands down, the 800 Cat is the fastest 800 in the business on top end. Nope, don't care what you say. I've got multiples of all the competition sitting in the back cave, and the Cat comes back for more beatdowns every single time. Is it the most techy? Nope. Is it the cleanest? Not a chance. But it'll cover your red, blue, and yellow sleds with a layer of humiliation every time you pull big digits. And if you're the tuner type, it's the easiest sled to get a few extra ponies from by a long shot, due to the still relatively simple design of the motor package and fuel delivery system. The fact that the Cat 800 still uses a throttle body EFI setup and not semi-direct injection means that it scavenges gas through the crankcase, which washes down oil, sends it up through the transfer port, and out through the exhaust. The dual spark plug head design of the 800 is an effort to clean up the motor and ignite all available fuel in the cylinder. The motor is a little rough running, but it's the epitome of under-promise and over-deliver, cranking out 160 plus horsepower from the factory, and those numbers are from an independent research company, not Arctic Cat's dynos. So how does all this power transfer to the ground? Besides the big lake running domination, the 800 is surprisingly responsive at low speeds and through mid-range power. Corner-to-corner trail carving feels natural on the XF, and a healthy dose of ski lift when massaging the mid-range torque can be felt. Flipping the throttle through the mid-range keeps the rear end light and allows for a nice, smooth corner exit. This sled is, in one word, fun on twisty trails. The 141-inch skid can drive through corners in heavy snowpack, but ultimately, the beefy carbides from the factory help to pull the sled through the corners. Arctic Cat is still yet to tip the rails on their 141-inch skid, which most other manufacturers with slide rails over 137 inches have already done, and I believe it'd make the front end of this sled far more confident. A longer track typically means more push, and the XF does have a push problem. Tipping the rear of the rails on this sled would no doubt give it a more 136-inch-like footprint on hardpack and help the triangulated race-inspired front end do an even better job of keeping the XF on target while not compromising off-trail capabilities. While on the topic of the front end, it's important to note the nearly perfect handling characteristics delivered from the wide-spaced A-arms. Arctic Cat has the suspension geometry dialed on this new platform. Utilizing Fox Float 2s, the front-end design of the Arctic is the most recognizable in the industry because of its incredibly tall spindles and swept-back A-arm design. Because of the positioning of the hardware up front, the energy from trail impacts can be transferred almost entirely to the upper spar of the XF frame, reducing chassis flex and delivering a smooth ride. This suspension design chews bumps and truly delivers superior handling. The rear skid is where my gripe lies on the XF, albeit great off-trail, is just far too stiff for this category of rider, especially when you're comparing it to a nearly perfect suspension like Skidoo's R-Motion. While we enjoy Fox's float technology up front, rear skids with float suspension and no torsion springs tend to be rough riding. And ever since the Crossfire borrowed this skid from the mountain sled with a rear Fox Float air shock, we've been complaining it's just not plush enough. The travel is there, however, delivering it comfortably has been the issue. Would torsion springs and good old IFP fix the issue? Not sure, but to compete with Polaris's 136-inch Pro Ride and Skidoo's R-Motion, something will have to be changed. While I have been hard on the rear skid of this sled, it's because I know the XF has all the potential in the world. The chassis is flawless, the performance is legendary, and the ride quality is all that's missing from making this a class-leading snowmobile.